Are we rolling, Chris?
Yeah, I think so.
You're happy that Tottenham have got a new manager? Almost.
I won't be drawn into this conversation.
I'm a little bit sad because I think you might have a fighting chance now. Survival.
Depends who it is, though.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
It's looking very much like it's going to be that Brighton guy.
What, De Zerbi? Really?
That's what I was listening to Talk Sport on the way over, and that was the big conversation. It looks like it's almost a done deal.
Is it the lad from Marseille? Marseille?
Yeah, it went to. Yeah, it was. Oh, was it Monaco or Marseille?
Bordeaux?
It was a French team,
Marseille.
wasn't it?
Monaco.
Let's say French team.
I think it might have been Monaco.
No, it wasn't
Monaco or Marseille, wasn't it? No,
It wasn't Monaco. Marseille, I think.
could be Marseille. Yeah, it'd be a good appointment. No,
I don't know.
mate, it can't be any worse than Tudor. Seriously. Yeah, I bet you're glad.
The fans want
I'd
an
just let
ex-player, don't they? The fans want
Elson run the show for a couple of weeks.
He's already been celebrating surviving relegation. I think he's been seen, and he's running around celebrating, even though it's not yet. But at least you didn't call your son Igor. Like, that could have been a bad mistake, wouldn't it?
At least they didn't call him Igor, yeah. Good point.
Could have been worse, mate. Could have been worse. Gary, before I forget, is that your running top? I think you might have left it last time. Maybe not last time, but I think you've left it at some point.
Yeah.
Somebody's Montane top.
Did I not take it to Edinburgh with me? No.
No, I've had it ages.
No, that is mine.
I've been sleeping with it. Still get your smell on it.
Oh, I can smell you on it now, though.
But I thought I'll mention it now, and I put it on the sofa so that you won't go without it.
Yeah, they've stopped sending me stuff a long time ago, but this is about 6-7 years old.
It's a classic, that. Montane Veer.
Well,
Good
that's a
top.
long time. Give them that.
Yeah, they need to bring the Veer stuff back. I think they are doing, so
Yeah.
it's a good move.
It was good, yeah.
Speaking of nice looking clothes, I'm very much enjoying, well, maybe not the club, but obviously the style of your Man United top. Talk me through
Stone
it.
Moses special, isn't it?
Lovely. It is nice, that, mate.
Yeah.
I have to say. Even as a Leeds fan, I can appreciate that is a nice top.
A lot of football mixing with fashion these days, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot of
And
collabs.
music and stuff.
Yeah.
Same culture. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Seen they're doing Manny Chester, like a tribute to Manny, and I think Noel and Liam are rumoured to go do a bit of an acoustic
I did see
thing.
that. Yeah, it did pop up actually. Yeah. You gonna go?
No, I can't. I'm not here. But yeah, be good though.
Yeah, would be good. Definitely. No, nice one, that. I'll introduce the podcast.
Yeah, let's get going.
Yeah. Welcome to the RUNcensored podcast with me, Ben Mounsey, the one and only Gary House. Gary, how have you been?
All right, mate. Yeah, another busy week since Edinburgh, really. So that was. I know we'll go into it, but it was good fun, wasn't it?
Oh, really good. Yeah, we spent a few days together last week, didn't we, for Sports Shoes Old Town Showdown presented by Quid Games. Yeah, in fact, before we get onto that, I thought I could maybe just throw a few news stories your way. I've actually done a bit of research today. You can believe it, yeah.
Go for it.
I've been saving a few things that we share
Not
up.
much to talk about because it's international break. I came home from Edinburgh and then Wales were on and that was a damp squid, so that was a letdown. So.
Yeah, shame. But Dan James scored a worldie goal, didn't he?
It was a good goal. I've got a good video of Wilder celebrating, took his top off, he's swinging it round. But then, it went downhill from there, really, didn't it?
Oh, has he been watching Richarlison?
Yeah,
He has
well,
to
he
fall for that, hasn't he?
Richarlison,
Yeah.
a bit premature, but he loves celebrating a goal, he does, yeah. Which is a bit sad seeing as he's a goalkeeper, so.
I like it when goalkeepers celebrate because I always feel that they're the furthest away from the most important bit.
He does. Well, he's one that he'll charge. Well, it's under 8, so he doesn't have to go far, but he charges down the pitch. When he did, when they scored an equaliser the other week, he charged down the pitch and did a knee slide, but tackled one of their players when he did the knee slide, just celebrating.
I do like
kids' football wrapped up for you.
Got time for
a
this
goalkeeper with a bit of personality, I have to say.
Yeah, he played out. I don't know if this was the last podcast or not, but he did play out for the last game because they're coming to the end of the season and he's desperate to play out.
Yeah.
He's chaos if he comes out, put it that way, yeah. Because he's like, imagine a boxer that's a goalkeeper trying to play out. Yeah. So he comes out, he karate kicked like 3 of the kids, and then they just had to sub him off.
Is that why they put him in goals? Because
no, he's good. He does like it in goal, but he does play more, like in training and everything. He's better with his feet now, so he watches a lot of the football, so he's desperate to score, so he's just getting the ball. He's got a good kick on him, I'll give him that, so he's just shooting from the halfway line. And again, it's under 8, so... But yeah, first touch, nearly scored, and literally every parent nearly went mental. And then again, it was chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Sounds brilliant. But I thought today's episode could be like, obviously catch up, but recent events.
Yeah.
I'll think of a better name for that when I do the thumbnail, obviously. But I thought we could recent world events. We could start by just
not recent world events.
Not world. Well, recent running events, but I'll tie it into world events as well. Yeah, I thought because we share a lot of memes and a lot of Instagram stories, I thought I'd go through a few that I keep saving them now. This is my research and just my preparation for this.
It's just that dance class I sent you this morning. I won't lead you into that.
No. Could go down a real rabbit hole, couldn't we, here? No, but the first one, you actually sent me this reel, but you can't remember sending it, can you? Which is just funny because I think it's just gone on top of about 100 other reels and memes. But a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, there was this news story that broke out, and it was about a French athlete who was in I think obviously the French Navy, and he'd done a training run on top of a ship. So it's obviously going towards Iran, this ship, and he's revealed the location of the French aircraft carrier FS Charles de Gaulle because he's been using Strava whilst jogging on the deck of the ship. So he's like exposed the location, and you sent me that, and I did see it hit the news, but it made me laugh because you said that is the sort of thing that I would do.
Yeah,
and you're
that
right.
would be you. Yeah, can't resist uploading anything.
I love it. And
what title would you have given it?
It depends on the shape of the run as well. I guess he's just doing laps, but if he'd have drawn a cock or something as well, that would have been even funnier, wouldn't it? Yeah,
or maybe Donald Trump's face.
Oh, I'd need to think of a good name for the run, but I'm sure we could come up with one. In fact, I might invite the RUNcensored audience to come up with a name for that run. But that really tickled me because it is just hilarious, isn't it? That
did we find out how far he'd actually run on the ship, or was it just?
No, we didn't. And I also want to know whether he'd kind of adjusted his moving time or tried to inflate his Strava performance. I don't know. I mean, I didn't go into too much detail other than I was just laughing heartily at the fact that he'd done that. It really made me laugh.
Do you think he got done for it?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think they probably just threw him off a board, didn't they? There's another one, actually. This I didn't share this with you, actually, but I did see, and I'm saying this one because it links into the episode with Jacob Tonkin and the Canicross. And this guy had recently...
Canicross.
Perfect timing from the dogs. They're just about to attack the Amazon postman. Great timing. It's chaotic trying to film this podcast with two Patterdale Terriers, as you can see and hear. But no, this guy recently has basically recorded the fastest and most unique performance in Canicross. A guy called Ben Robinson and his dog Zuma have clocked for 5K. In fact, guess what time for 5K they've done? Obviously, the dog's pulling him.
This is a world record?
Apparently it's a world record, world record in Canicross.
Bloody hell. 12 minutes.
That's a good guess. 11:56.
Oh.
So that's 2.23 average pace per kilometre. That is unbelievable, isn't it?
That's with one dog.
That's with one dog, yeah. Now, I did do a little bit more research into this, and a lot of people had kind of said that it couldn't be believed, it wasn't right, the timing was wrong, but he's actually a legit runner, this guy.
I can believe it.
And I read his post, actually, and it was really good. And he's saying that he's a sub 15 5K runner anyway.
I was going to say, if you take someone that is sub 15 and a decent dog.
Yeah. And he's a sub 30-minute runner as well for 10K, and he's got a decent marathon time, and he's from a pedigree family of like runners, and he does love the business. I've seen like yeah, that as well. But that's phenomenal, isn't it? I mean, can you imagine being pulled by that? I mean, I'm not sure I'll break the record with Pete and Luna.
I always remember, like when I was racing down a lot in Coed Brennan, with Matt Ward's races and stuff. It was like tough trail racing, but quite competitive just because of the catchment area. You see down mid Wales way, and they would run maybe an 8 mile or half marathon, but they would be alongside the Canicrosses, and there was a couple of European level champions at Canicross, And I always remember there was one lady, I can't remember her name, but she had 2 beautiful dogs. And every year she would come absolutely flying around that course.
Yeah.
And I was on the limit and I was a lot fitter then. I just think, how the hell is she, not in a bad way, but how the hell is she so fast kind of thing, with 2 dogs as well. And I had my old dog, Fergie, never canicrossed at all. She would just run alongside you, trot along, whatever. It was only when I got Eric and had a bit of a pull along on Eric, I realised I can't see all these fuckers are cheating massively, like in Canicross. It's and that's just Eric, dozy Eric. So when you watch proper Canicross,
and you get a real thoroughbred dog.
Yeah. So I can imagine how fast they're going. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to threaten that record with Pete or Luna. Definitely not Luna. I mean, Pete is decent, but the problem with Pete is
20 of them.
Yeah, like a little sleigh. Problem with Pete is he couldn't go 11 minutes without having a shit. And I'd have to pick it up.
I don't know how. Yeah, because if I run, there's a certain level of running where Eric will run, but most of the time he's pissing and sniffing because it's his run as much as mine, so I'm not bothered. Yeah. I'm sure there's a way they must train that out of them when it's race time, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the sniffing and pissing for now.
Yeah. It's not going to be threatened by us anyway, that record, is it?
No.
But one for Jacob maybe to aim for.
So was it sub 12 minutes? Was that on a trail?
11:56 on a trail, yeah. That's really impressive, isn't it?
What shoes was he on?
I'll have a look actually. Let me see if I can see the picture.
You've seen the little dog shoes they have sometimes as well?
Oh, yeah. There must have been carbon plated dog shoes as well. I can't see what shoes they were. That'd be a good marketing campaign though, wouldn't it?
Surprised you lot at sports shoes aren't selling them.
Yeah, let's watch this space. Hold my beer. Right, next big news story. Okay, I know you'll have a lot to
I like this.
say about this. It's good, isn't it? Yeah.
When it goes out in 6 weeks.
It's last year's news. Yesterday's fish and chip paper. Now, I know we obviously covered recently like UTS changing the route, and it was like big news in trail running.
Have they?
Yeah, we didn't we? I think, have they changed it back yet after your reel?
Everyone's rinsed that now,
I think so. But the big news that came out almost immediately after that is the news about Ourea Events.
Yeah.
So going into administration.
Gonorrhea,
mate. You've been thinking about that one, haven't you? That's a belter.
I think enough time's passed now that I can release that one.
Yeah, I think so. I think the dust has settled a little bit on it now, hasn't it? I mean, I guess just for context, because I think most people listening to this podcast will know who Ourea Events are and what they organise, but let's just recap. So they've got Dragons Back. That's a big race, isn't it?
Dragons Back, Cape Wrath,
Northern Traverse.
The Traverse races. I mean, they've done others over the past. The Scotland Skyline that was due
Scotland
to come, and obviously the Sky races of the past up in Scotland.
And Kendal Mountain Festival, 10K, and the Ultra as well, which is sponsored by the North Face and Adidas. So, they're a big outfit. They've got a lot of big races that they organise with a huge amount of people involved. I think from what I've read, I mean, obviously, let's just say first of all that it's a really sad thing that this has happened, because I know a lot of people like you do that work for Ourea, including Shane, and it's a sad time when a business like that folds because people are out of work and it affects people's lives. But I guess what has been upsetting people the most is that they were still taking entries that week leading up to this news breaking out, and people were still paying hard-earned cash to enter these races. And I guess it's pretty obvious that Ourea would have known that those races weren't going to take place. So that's probably a good place to start. Is that what you've read into it, and is that how you've perceived it?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I didn't really work for Ourea, but did the odd day at Dragons Back, and I've been to their events and I've supported their events, and they've been a staple for many years now, haven't they? Since they brought back Dragons Back, to be honest. So Shane is obviously the head of operations at that, and he's who everyone knows in running, really. If you go to their event, Shane's active and he's the face of it all. But it's not just Shane, is it? It's everyone that we know that works in the team or volunteers that have given up hours and days of their time and won't get their races now. So it does go far and wide. In terms of I really don't know the ins and outs of why it happened so abruptly, but if you can kind of see why it's happened ultimately. So I don't know if they knew how quickly it was going to happen. I'd probably guess not, if I'm honest. I think they thought the Traverse was going to go ahead up until it wasn't, because I just don't think they would have pulled the plug that quick. It's been a decision taken out of their hands, I imagine. But it is, like I say, they're taking the entries so late. I hope, and I can only assume, that they didn't know. If I'm honest. Yeah. Obviously, it could have been looming or on the horizon. They might have wanted to get the Traverse out of the way, but I don't want to speak for them, if I'm honest, because it's not really come to light yet. What I would say is, like, I coach people that were in these races for this year. They've put a lot of time, effort, cash into it. There's people from outside of the UK that are booked onto Dragon's Back that have been coaching. What do they do now? How do I get my money back? And like you say, we know people that work in the marketing and side of things. Just sad for them, really. And no doubt the Dragon's Back will come back. And no doubt the Traverse will come back. And we'll probably touch about, it's kind of come back a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, well,
happening right now.
That was the thing I was going to lead into next, actually. So just explain that, because I guess the initial thought for a lot of people who sort of saw this news break and heard this news break, they're thinking these races are just going to fold now, but that's not necessarily the case, is it?
It will fold as in Ourea has folded, and that will not come back. So the events will never be, well, I'm not saying never, but they won't be ran under the Ourea name because that's how it works. But it's not to say that someone else or another company can take those races over. And again, I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of that, but they could potentially bring those races back. And this year, because it was so close to the event, I think, what was it, 2 weeks before all the runners were meant to go for the, so there's the Northern Traverse, the Lakes Traverse, the Moors Traverse. Was there another one?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was 3 or 4 events, so that's a lot of runners. And then there was a bit of a, okay, well, let's go and do it anyway. And I know I think they've called themselves the Traverse Community Run or something like that. So, which I don't know anything about, if I'm honest. I think that is just, they've got together, banded together, and they've ran a couple of races over this previous weekend. And then we've got our friend James, who's Elson, who's gone down the route of working a bit closer with Shane, I think, and let's get what we can up and running, but let's do it properly, as in it's insured and it's tracked and all this kind of stuff. Because let's be honest, going coast to coast, or sea to sea, as that race has been called now, it's got its own risks. So it's great that people just want to turn up and do it self-supported, but you've really got to know what you're doing. We saw the weather coming back from Edinburgh going over Shap. Well, I did. I don't know if you went over Shap.
Yeah, I did. It
was down to like 15 miles an hour over there, sideways, rain, wind, hailstone, all sorts. It wasn't quite that bad when they were out on the course, but yeah, you do need some level of, if you're going to do it on your own, great, but you need some big level of competence. And if you're just going to go up and do it as a community, there's still a level of responsibility there, I think. So anyway, James managed to get some insurance for up to 30 runners. So yeah, it's as safe as they can make it, really. The route is changed because they won't get permission to go where Shane had organised that late in the day. But it's essentially a coast-to-coast event for 30 runners, and the rule was that they must have had an entry in the Northern Traverse that's been, like, me or you couldn't have rocked up and done it.
You'd have to already have had that entry. Yeah.
Which, fair to enough, make it fair. So there's I don't know how many are left at the moment, but there was 30 of them started out over the weekend, and I know James is still going, Matt Neal's still going, two of my friends, and old Sabs is leading. So
yeah. So it's happening right now as we speak,
It is happening right now, yeah. No, I don't think anyone's finished, but yeah, it is happening right now, which is good, really. It's good. And again, I won't speak of the community one because I've spoken to some people and people don't really, you can see it as a good thing, and I hope everyone stays safe, but also just because something is stopped, remember the amount of organisation and safety that goes into Shane's races is unbelievable, having witnessed it at Dragon's Back and other events. you can't take that stuff lightly. So I'm sure everyone taking part might be capable and everything, but I won't speak of the community one, just the one that I know that is insured.
And I know we had James Thurlow on the other week, almost perfect timing, because he used to organise. He was, sorry, the original organiser of the Northern Traverse, and I guess he's provided the trackers for this as well for James, is it?
Yeah. So it's tracked on Open Tracking right now on the Centurion webpage. But it's just a low key. You can be self-supported or supported, and some of the checkpoints are slightly different, but there is some cover and stuff like that. So it seems like it's going well, to be honest. And that's the kind of, I guess you'd call it, running spirit that some good has come out of it. Yeah, it's not obviously ideal, but the amount of people that have lost their race entries and their money and their time, but there's always... Yeah, we can always do something about it, I guess. And those races will come back in some form, I know, because it's not that the Northern Traverse wasn't, I don't think that bit wasn't financially viable. So it's not anything that race has done wrong. It's just a victim of COVID and other sort of things, which I'm sure Ourea will tell us about more in the future. Yeah,
from what I'd read as well, and I know that, like you said, we don't know everything about this, so it's hard to speculate, and we're kind of just looking in on and piecing together what we do know. But I do
from other runners we're talking, really. Yeah. I've done Dragons Back twice. I've made lifelong friendships out of it. People like Rich Lazenby and Simon Roberts, and I wouldn't have met those people necessarily, or wouldn't have spent as much time with those people if it wasn't for Dragons Back. So got very fond memories of it. I hope it comes back one day, and I hope that all those races come back in some capacity. Yeah,
I'd like to think so. I mean, they've almost become iconic, haven't they? Especially the Dragons Back. And we had Holly Wootton on a few months ago, and she was the winner, and she's got the female record as well. And these kind of performances and these iconic trail races that I really hope they don't die and don't just become distant memories, because it's a brilliant race. It takes in all the best bits, doesn't it, of that spine through Wales, and it's just nice.
And let's be honest, it's these events aren't cheap. I call them experiences more, because they're not the most competitive races in the world. They've got really high standard runners, and some elite runners but that's not why people do it, really. Shane did manage to keep a high level of technicality in Dragons Back. You go over Crib Goch and things like this, whereas other races shy away from it. His old series, the Scotland's Sky races, up there with some of the most technical across Europe, aren't they? Which I know that it hasn't run for a while, but I fear for those kind of races being able to run in the future. And the trail running community is bigger, and there's more trail runners, but that kind of mountaineering style could be lost in the UK due to how much it costs to make it safe, I think. Yeah. Without knowing too much about it, but that's the bottom line.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I think you're right. And COVID really was a big factor in this, wasn't it? And the recovery from COVID I don't think's happened for Shane and Ourea.
And again, I don't want to go too much into that part. I'd rather celebrate what the races were, but they did try to do everything right through COVID. I know that much, and that's pretty much they haven't been able to catch up on, I think. But fingers crossed, everyone from Ourea moves on and gets something in the near future. Because one thing we do know is it was ran really well, wasn't it? In terms of everyone individually was good at their job, so I'm sure they'll do all right. Yeah,
sad times. So let's wish everybody the best who's involved, and let's hope these races come back in some way, shape or form. I mean, speaking of races, me and you went up to Edinburgh last week.
We did.
And I was organising the next Sports Shoes Quick Games called the Old Town Showdown. So in partnership with British Orienteering, so Kay was obviously heavily involved. We got Gore-Tex, we got Asics, Silver, Kendall Mountain Tour UK. So that is the Kendall Mountain Festival, do a UK based tour. And this particular part of the tour was obviously in Edinburgh. So it was the night before that happened on the Tuesday.
Was Pizza Palace
A sponsor.
A sponsor.
So is that the first place we went into? So
is that what it's called? Pizza Palace?
Do you know what? We've got to start with this story, haven't we? Because we went up.
Well, it wasn't the first place we went to. We went to a pub first.
Yeah, we warmed it up in a pub, didn't we? But it was the first place we ate, shall we say, in Edinburgh. So this was a Sunday night before the event on the Monday, and we met in the lakes and we drove up from the lakes, didn't we?
Should we start there? Because I thought I'd rolled into the hills of eyes.
Yeah, gotta let you explain.
Dropped a pin. Essentially, I'll just meet me here in the lakes, and I thought I knew where it was because I spent a few nights in laybys outside Keswick, to be honest. You know, when you're sleeping after a race and stuff, not flashing headlights or anything, but thought, I know where he is. Yeah, just and so driving down, and I took another turn off, and then going deeper and deeper into these woods, and then there's just, I don't even know what is it, construction there? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Threlkeld Quarry, isn't it? Where the mining museum is.
So I'm literally driven into the middle of a quarry where the pins dropped. Still couldn't see Ben. There was just one guy wandering around with a shovel, and I thought, what is
Did you think you're
here?
driven into a scene from Deliverance?
It was a bit like that, yeah. So I quickly reversed and gave Ben a ring, and he appeared out of the bushes out of nowhere.
When I came out, Gary had just pulled up and he was flashing his lights to a nearby car. But no, it was a very random location, wasn't it? I mean, I should explain that I'd spent the weekend at my friend Lou and Corney's. My friends Lou and Corney's.
We don't need to give away the location of where they live.
And it was near to where they were. It wasn't actually at their location, but yeah. So I mean, it just made sense to kind of have a meeting place to go up to Scotland from, save you the drive, because it's a long way, isn't it? It's a long way up to Edinburgh.
It's even longer when you make me drive 30 minutes off the motorway just to drive 30 minminutes back.
Very true.
Pick me up there. I'd left it somewhere else. No, yeah, it was. It did make sense in the end.
Nice having a little road trip though, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we had Tom with us as well, and it's good to have someone to take the piss out of, isn't it?
Yeah. So Tom Kane is the outdoor buyer at Sports Shoes, and he's essentially the Carl Pilkington, isn't he, of like our little running group.
For the OG supporters, he was on the original opening episode, wasn't he?
I think he was at like second or third episode.
Same day recording anyway, so second or third, and then he's never been asked back since.
We're slowly lifting the ban, aren't we?
Yeah.
But Tom was coming up with this because he obviously, I worked with him at
because this was a work trip for you too, really.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But it's always fun and entertaining when Tom's around because he's a character.
Yeah.
But basically, back to the Pizza Palace. Is that what was it called?
I'm sure it was like Pizza Celebration or something.
It was some random name, wasn't it?
I don't know. Anyway, so we'd had a couple of only a couple of Guinness because we got there. It wasn't early, was it?
No.
But we were all hungry, so we thought, let's eat something.
We'll let Tom choose, didn't we, as well? That was his job for the week, really, wasn't it?
He was on. Yeah, he had to
head of food and drink.
Head of food and drink and entertainment, and we left the pub and thought, right, okay, it's Sunday night, and his first thought was, let's go to the place that says pizza place open till 5 a.m. or something.
I'd originally thought as well when we walked in that it was a curry house. I don't know if you got that.
What gave you that impression?
Well, it didn't look like a pizza place.
I think at one time it might have been. I don't know. Maybe at 5 a.m. it turned into one.
So I wasn't sure what was going to come out, if I'm honest.
Nothing much Italian apart from the screen on the TV, wasn't there?
It was the most random place I've ever been in my life, mate. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was safe to order either, to be honest, but we played it safe with pizzas, didn't we? I mean, there was an eclectic menu. There was all sorts on there, wasn't there?
Yeah. It was, odd atmosphere in that place, I'll give you that. Considering Edinburgh's probably one of the nicest cities for food and drink in the UK, and we ended up there, don't know. But
shall I, listen, I'm just going to go off on a bit of a tangent here, but I'm going to read...
Have you got some of the TripAdvisor
reviews? I've got a review on here, right? So
here's a good bit of advice for everyone, yeah? So while we decided to have our pizza first, and then proceeded to have the shits most of the next day... then read the reviews. What I'd probably suggest is read the reviews before you go into somewhere, not on the way home in the van.
So I've got one review, and like bearing in mind, Tom was reading these out on the way back down from Edinburgh post event, and lots of them were like this. I think this is reflective of the the kind of reviews to expect from this place. So we won't name and shame because we can't remember the exact name of the place.
It'll be on there, won't it?
Well, it doesn't. I'm not going to reveal. I'll just say it was in Edinburgh, and it was.
Let me just phone for some legal advice on this one. Yeah, Ben, probably don't mention their name.
You can mention their name. It's on TripAdvisor.
So yeah, to be fair, Gary is right. It's on TripAdvisor. So it was a 1 star out of 5. This guy who's reviewed it, and the headline is avoid. And then he goes into this very detailed review, which I absolutely love and hate at the same time. I'd have loved it more had we not have eaten here like 2 days previous.
At least I had ham pizza, and it was. I mean, the ham looked all right. What did you have again?
I had a pepperoni, which were all right actually. To be fair.
Looked fine. If I'm going into one of those places, I'm not doing what Tom did and ordered a meat feast.
Was it called Meat Surprise, I think, wasn't it?
Like that, yeah.
Was it lukewarm?
It wasn't great, mate. I don't know what was on there. But anyway, this review, I'm going to read it out because it's a classic. Okay, so it starts with, I've been to an awful lot of kebab shops in my time, both sober and drunk. I can handle...
He thought it was a kebab shop is the best.
Yeah.
It's meant to be an Italian restaurant.
I can hand on heart say this is by far the worst kebab I've ever had. I'd consumed 5 pints and 3 shorts in the evening and had no dinner, so I was pretty damn hungry at 1 a.m. This was pretty much the only place open in the area on a Wednesday night. The staff were miserable. The place was very small. I had a chicken kebab. I'm still not convinced it was chicken, but more like roadkill. Rodent roadkill, question mark. My first mouthful tasted like Colgate toothpaste. However, I don't feel it was that good for my teeth. I had about a third of it, hoping it would get better, but alas, no. The salad that came in it had the texture of porridge. I looked for a homeless person to donate it to, but then realised I could possibly be done for attempted poisoning. I now feel sorry for the local Edinburgh bin men who may find it festering and probably still moving in one of the black bins later this week. And don't get me started on how it smelt when it came out the other end. I'll get PTSD if I think about it. You have been warned. Avoid.
See, if we'd have took 5 seconds just to glance at the reviews first. But yeah, that's what you do when you're hungry, isn't it? I guess. The best thing was going up Arthur's seat the next morning and watching Tom's face, and I think he was close, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was regretting those food choices, wasn't he? Those life choices the night before.
Yeah.
But that was a good run. I mean, it caught Tom by surprise because it's not an easy run, is it, up Arthur's seat? But
no, interesting, isn't it? I've not been there for a long time, and it was.
It's an amazing place, Edinburgh, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Having that so close to the city. I know it's not the highest thing in the world, but there's lots of varied trails and tracks up there, wasn't there?
Yeah, and you've got the Pentlands that back onto it. So, I mean, I reckon it must be one of the best places to live in the UK because you're close to the sea as well, aren't you? So you've got everything, like a beautiful old town.
That fucking sea.
Yeah.
Can't imagine you skinny dipping in there.
Classic. But it has got a bit of everything on it. It's it's a beautiful city.
Tell you what it has got. Fucking steps, mate.
Oh, I know, mate. I know we'll come on to the race in a bit, to be fair. But that you've got, I guess, a bit of a love with Edinburgh because you've been up a few times before. You've raced there before, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, race is a bit of a strong word. I did my first marathon, road marathon up there many years ago. I'd not been running that long. And then I went back the following year with some friends that wanted to do a marathon. So then by then I was obviously the big cheese, the experienced one. Still fucked it up. And back then people had it used to get bad reviews. Really, there was a couple. It used to have some unusually warm weather when we ran it, but the water might run out and stuff like this. And because it used to start in the city and finish in like Musselburgh, you'd run to there, then out and back. I really liked it going more because, like you say, I loved the city when I visited. And back then I wasn't really racing hard or anything, but yeah, I had really good memories of going back up. So yeah, it was nice trip, really.
I've not been, I think for about, I reckon 20 odd years. And the last time I went was for a stag do.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. And it was when the Magic Weekend was on there because the Rugby League sort of Magic Weekend is a really good event. I mean, I know you're into the Union, I'm into the league, but they basically at Murrayfield had like all these games on during the day and I was dressed as an Oompa Loompa. We all were. And groom was dressed as Willy Wonka. So that was the last time I was there, and it was a different experience. We probably got into that Italian.
Could hardly get in any places really, and everywhere shut it really early, doesn't it? You forget.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was part of the struggle and why we went to that pizza/kebab place, wasn't it? Because it was about the best thing going, really, which said it all, to be honest. But yeah, I wasn't dressed as an Oompa Loompa this time, and I can remember like actually being in Edinburgh, because the rest of it was a blur when I first went. But what a beautiful city, mate. I mean, it just made me think to do an orienteering event there. And by the way, Edinburgh is the capital of the UK for orienteering. Like, it is, you can see why. Like, it's got most of the best orienteers there. They're all at Edinburgh Uni. Half the British team is based there. But there's so many different areas of Edinburgh, including like where Arthur's Seat is in Holyrood, and then the Old Town, and then the other like streets and I guess parks and places around the city for doing some of these amazing courses. But this particular course that we were doing was based in the Old Town. So part of it took in the castle, part of it took in the cobbled streets, the steps, as you mentioned, Gary. And we started from George Square Gardens, which I think is a perfect location because it was private. It's really good little start, wasn't it? I mean, just talk me through like your experience, because you've done Kendal, the Quid Games, and let's compare it to that, because that I think was probably a more difficult navigational challenge, wasn't it?
Kendal was, yeah. I mean, I went into Kendal a bit. My focus wasn't too much on the map and the race. I thought I'd be all right, but I probably should have put more focus on that, because although I was there to make a video and have fun, I just got too lost. So that was a bit of a write-off, if I'm honest. Whereas this time, we decided me and Tom would do it together almost for a bit of fun. And it was, I mean, part of it was because of the way Edinburgh is kind of set up. I did find it easier to read the map, to be honest, because there's more, you're looking at junctions or streets and things like this. You can count them a lot easier than at Kendal, I found anyway. But that doesn't mean it wasn't varied, because you're either going up or down in terms of levels of the streets or the spiral staircases or through little alleyways and things like this. And again, for me, if you don't know Edinburgh, a lot of it looks the same as well. So it did have its challenges, but as long as you kind of just chose your route and stuck with it, I thought. So we have a minute to look at the map, don't we, with this one? So we didn't know where we were going until we got given the map by Kay. We weren't allowed to look at it. This is 5 minutes before the start in the park. And then a minute before the actual start, you're allowed to look at your map and kind of have a look where you're going. And then away you go, really. Yeah,
I mean, in that minute as well, and it must go pretty quick, but that's when you've got to make all your decisions, like on the fly.
We did go quick, especially as I was trying to film some people as well. So I left it to Tom a little bit, and we just thought, right, okay. There was a cluster of them a bit further away, so we just went out that way. And it turned out that a big group of people were running out that way anyway, so we just kind of followed them to the first checkpoint while we read the map for more.
I get you,
And it's quite quick. You could fall into just following people in that kind of event, I think, but it's more fun to definitely make a bit of route choice yourself, because we quite quickly, me and Tom made a decision to go a different way from a couple of others, and then there was only a couple of us there. So
you soon get dispersed then, don't you, after those first two checkpoints? And I guess the first decisions you have to make is like, which direction do you go, clockwise or anti-clockwise, essentially. And then also, like, some people will have gone straight to the big checkpoints. And when I say big checkpoints, I mean we had a checkpoint for ASICs and one for sports shoes. And if you were the first to get there, you won a full head-to-toe outfit for ASICs. And you also won some vouchers for sports shoes, £250 worth,
Because we didn't do it for the prizes, so that didn't really enter our head. So we just chose clockwise, I think it was,
and tried to get the best route
and tried to figure out how. Let's see how many we can tick off.
Because the other thing about going for those big checkpoints is if you run straight there to try and win that prize, you essentially sacrifice your overall race, because it's not the best route to collect them all. And there was 20 checkpoints as well. So the intention for us was there as organisers to like make people make those decisions so that everyone went everywhere on the map. Interesting,
Plus,
by the
it'd
way.
be pretty awkward if me and Tom won the...
Yeah, it would actually.
won one of the checkpoints.
That's true.
I had to give it back, I think.
But the lad who won, Finlay Todd, cracking orienteer.
Yeah, saying that, I wasn't going to beat him there.
Very fast. And he covered, because I think the optimum route was, it was over 5 miles. Let's say 5.5. He did it in 30 minutes, mate, which is ridiculous, because he actually went anti-clockwise.
He cheated there, though, didn't he? Because he lives there.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of the top orienteers were there.
In future, if your home address is within 20 miles of that city, you can't take part.
Or do you think they should have a time penalty? Is that better?
All right, yeah, you could be handicapped.
Yeah.
Handicap
system. It's a good point, is that, Gary? I like that, yeah.
I think if you have it in Cardiff, no one in Cardiff's allowed to enter.
Yeah.
What if they just don't get the map till the very start? So those of you who
doesn't matter, because you know the city, don't you?
Yeah, it is a big advantage.
It's a massive advantage.
The other thing with the Quick Games events is I always front load the events with international runners, and he is like international standard. So I mean, it does obviously
trying to give them handicaps.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So I mean, somebody on the GB team was always going to win, I guess. But that's why we have like
I could do
prizes
it in my village, and he'd still win. So.
Yeah. That's why we have like these prizes in between, where like I guess say normal runners, not international, can still win prizes.
Because you could almost win it by accident as well. Because there's a couple of them where you go and you essentially pick a raffle ticket, and it's like a spot prize at the end.
Exactly.
So that's open for everyone. Then it is good.
The interesting thing as well is that the first woman back didn't win the overall race because she missed a checkpoint. The other thing was talked about, like. Lots of steps in Edinburgh and lots of alleyways, but there are a lot of levels as well. So one of the checkpoints was actually on like a spiral staircase, and you had to go up the spiral staircase. And on the map, it might appear for it to be on like the ground level, but it was actually up, wasn't it? I saw in your video you went up there as well.
Yeah, well, funny enough,
did you miss that one?
That's one of the ones where we could see runners running up and down, and me and Tom had figured it's up in that thing because our hotel wasn't far, was it?
No,
from there. So it just shows how much a little tiny bit of knowledge helped. It was like, actually, that's up there. So we went straight up the staircase, and it was there, and you could see a load of people following us. So I imagine if you knew the whole city, that's
true.
It's good.
Because I guess when you're looking at like a map like that, it's very hard if you've not used to doing it like this and not used to orienteering in urban environments to understand that there are levels as well on these maps. I mean, it's really clever how they map it all out.
It is really good. Clever. It's really good. And I would say, like I say, I've not done much orienteering at all. And although I found Kendall really tough, I was just, winging it. This one, by the time I'd finished, I'd kind of a bit more confident with, I know that's not a complicated one to do, but it was, anyone could do that for an hour. You're running around Edinburgh for an hour, and even if you got half the checkpoints, you've done well, pretty much. So it was really good. Yeah,
it's a good place for people to start. Orienteering life.
We didn't get lost at all. We couldn't find, funny enough, the one we couldn't find for ages, even though we knew it, that's where it was on the map, was the one right outside registration. It was on like a bit of, not waste ground, but
like a bit of parkland, wasn't it?
Parkland where there's a basketball net and everything. Me and Tom were just walking around the perimeter of this grass for so long. And then one lady ran past and was like, it's on by the basketball net. I was like,
so elevated a little bit.
No, it wasn't. It was pitch black, so there's no street light or anything. But just couldn't find it for whatever reason. And the only other time we nearly ran off the map because we were... I think it was the Essex one actually.
Right in the top corner. Yeah.
So where we went in the morning.
Yeah.
We were on the wrong street over, so we were a bit disorientated, and we kept running down and down and down. And I said, we're running too far down here, so we jogged back up and then cut through, and then realised, that's how easy it is. We thought we were on the right street running down.
Yeah.
And we would have ran off the map if we'd have gone any further.
You can go wrong so easily on those maps and those courses, and you've got to know exactly where you are to every single street all the time, haven't you? You've got to have your eyes on that map. It's concentration's quite difficult, isn't it?
I really realised that. I said, we've gone to, because those little junctions on the map, we've missed that, we've gone too far. And Tom just wanted to keep running because it'll bring you round. I was like, but what if it doesn't? We'll end up in bloody Musselburgh. But we retrieved that and it was all right, yeah.
I mean, I'd love to take credit for like designing the map, but that we got the guys from the university to organise it like a little team. So just a big shout out to you and Trina and James Hammond, who are international runners themselves. They pulled in like an unbelievable like volunteer list, which included, I mean, Ewan won the Quid Games, the last one at Kendal, and Neve Hunter, who's won the last two. She was helping to organise as well. So we had this like ridiculously good set of organisers on the team, and they put the route together. But I think what they did is devised a nice route that took you around all the best bits of the city as well.
Yeah.
So it was almost like if you'd come to Edinburgh for the first time, it was a great way to see the city.
There's some certain sections where it's not like you're actually going to maybe these locations, but it was done well because there was bits where you'd have to run down the hill and you could see a completely different version of the city and stuff like this. So yeah,
a different angle.
And, exactly. And like you've seen, all the different lights around the city are really nice at that time of night and everything.
Yeah, and you get the castle in as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Those steps up to the castle, it's so hard, aren't they?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Don't matter which way you go, it's a climb up there. It's amazing how much, like you said, climbing you can get in to essentially it's like a 5 to 6 mile race.
Yeah.
What was your distance that you did in the end? Was it about 5.5?
No, because we missed a couple of I sacrificed the last couple of checkpoints because I wanted to get some finishes on my little video. In hindsight, we could have done it with ease. We got back in like 43, 44 minutes, and I think we missed 2 or 3 that were just off.
That's the thing, though. It gets you thinking, can I complete them all? Or do I come back?
Yeah, and I thought it was quite fast, this one, so I don't know if we might get back and with the last 2 back. And so I think I only covered... What did I cover?
5 miles, maybe.
Yeah, it's just under, maybe just under, yeah. But it was good. It was really good.
And then I was loving the sprint finish for you and Tom, like through the park.
Yeah, well, obviously, having done previous Kendal Squid Games, I knew that there was... going to be a sprint finish, and Tom did, even though he doesn't. He says he doesn't. But
mate, he was going for it. He was going for it.
For someone that's like, honestly, I was there for fun, but he started getting more and more competitive, especially as he saw some people, like the guys from Kendal Mountain Festival and everything. He was hunting them down like anything. Yeah, so I've got loads of footage of that hasn't even been shown, but yeah, it was like, bloody hell, mate. So he did take it more and more seriously. So the last checkpoint is it timed?
Yeah, it's a sprint. We timed it. Yeah,
Was there a prize for it?
We didn't do a prize for it. But we did time it. We wanted people to think that they were going to get a prize for it.
There you go. I think you should.
Out of budget.
Yeah. You don't need a prize. It's just nice to
have a sprint finish, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe have them listed. I don't know.
And the way we'd done the start and finish, it's through George Square Gardens, but we'd done it like, if you imagine Tour de France when cyclists are coming down a street and then it splits around a roundabout, and you've got some people that go left and some people that go right, and then they come back together again straight after the roundabout. If you're
in that situation, like I always think, if I'm in the Tour de France,
you go straight over.
No. Which would you go, left or right?
I guess it depends which side you're on. In the peloton,
you could wreck your place, couldn't you? But
well, just before you came in, it was funny because there were 2 lads exactly the same as you and Tom sprinting each other, and the guy on the left hand side and the guy on the right, I just assumed would naturally go to the sides that they were running down, and unbelievable. I didn't get this on camera either. They both chose to go. They tried to do a crossover and they smashed into each other and wiped themselves out, got back up, and then did a crossover and then came out the other side, and it was the funniest thing you've ever seen. And these guys were going for it as well.
See, I just thought, I was just going to chase Tom, and then so I wasn't going to go a different way because I didn't know which was the longest. Yeah. So I wasn't going to risk it. I just thought, if it's down to me in a pure foot race, I reckon I can beat him. So I just ran after him, and then...
Yeah, you've done it, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, the reel is brilliant, and if anybody wants to watch it, it's on your Instagram, and it's also on Quid Games Instagram, isn't it? But it's really funny because I love that, like, behind the scenes POV style footage, because it just shows.
Yeah, it came out all right. It's like, actually,
it's really good.
Considering I beat him, and I was carrying a 3-foot pole as well, so he needs to practice. I think a one-legged guy with a 3-foot pole.
It's no excuse, has it? He'll be blaming that pizza, I think. But,
really good. So thanks for ASICS kit and all that kind of thing. It was actually needed in the end, wasn't it? Because
definitely.
It chucked it down about in the last hour before the race. It was windy and it was raining. It was actually all right in the race, but there was
Yeah.
A bit of time there where we thought, oof, it's going to be.
It was
really
a little bit
windy.
touch and go, wasn't it? Yeah, we had Gore-Tex sponsoring with Asics and Silver. So you needed the head torches because it was obviously in the pitch black.
Yeah.
And then the Gore-Tex shoes came in very handy with the weather. And do you know, it'd been nice all day as well. And we got a beautiful morning on Arthur's Seat. And then it's typical, isn't it? The wind picked up.
For the actual
and the
race,
rain.
it was spot on. It was a bit nippy. I had my full kit on, to be honest.
When we
waiting
were
for the
starting.
race. So it reminded me like I'm definitely in the vet kind of category now because I'm here in waterproof trousers and top. Granted, I had the camera and everything.
Had your big jacket on.
Yeah. And you look at the young lads and they're there in literally nothing, just waiting.
Spray on vests and shorts. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
No, great event. And then we had the start and the finish was separate to where the registration was, but I can't take any credit for it. But KMF had found, Kendal Mountain Festival had found this really nice church hall, perfect location for like, I guess, anything where you've got an event going on because it was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
really
good. Perfect for that. And dance classes too, which is fun.
Yeah, so just at the end when we were tidying up and
everyone's gone home now, by the way. Ben's hanging around like a bad smell. At the front desk.
Yeah,
and upstairs a couple of quite a lot of guys were coming down the stairs, so it's obviously it was obviously a dance class for fruity guys, basically, which sounded like a lot of fun. But Ben turned around and what did you say? He was like,
one of them said thanks, but to the receptionist.
Yeah, to the receptionist, and Ben was like, "Yeah, thanks for coming and all this."
I honestly thought they'd been orienteering, but I'd sort of not really looked at them. And then when I turned around and saw what they were wearing, which was basically like spray on hot pants, I would quickly realise that they'd not done the orienteering.
Guys having a good time in a dance class. Ben thought they'd come for the orienteering event.
Looks would kill. They were not happy when they're not impressed. What an idiot.
Yeah.
What an idiot. But I tell you
Next
what.
time we could do both.
Yeah, maybe. Combine the two. Yeah.
Maybe not combine them. We'll do it as a warm-up.
Or we'll put a checkpoint up there.
Yeah. What's it called? Gilly's Guys or something? Get one in.
It's not a podcast episode without mentioning Gilly's hot pants, is it?
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, we're only joking, Gilly. It's all good fun, I promise you, mate. All good fun. Definitely going to go back to Edinburgh, though, to do another event, 100%. And
I'd rather it without the event, if I'm honest, but yeah, we could do that.
We need an excuse to have a few Guinness, don't we? And a dodgy pizza
We'll not
place.
do the orienteering in the morning at one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do another event soon. So if anybody wants to get stuck in and try it for the first time or come because you've already been and loved it, then keep your eyes peeled on Quid Games social account.
Maybe there can be a special prize for beating me next time, which isn't difficult.
Yeah, maybe we'll factor that in actually. Yeah.
Beat my point score.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you're going to like a lottery.
Yeah.
No, let's do that. That's funny. And then the next day, that was a bloody drive home, wasn't it? On the next day.
It was a
weather.
drive home,
Jesus
mate, yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. Which it's a long drive anyway for all of us, isn't it? But we had to go to Keswick and then back to both our houses and stuff. But the wind and rain, it was like 20 miles. Well, I wasn't even doing 20 miles an hour over Shap.
Biblical. Yeah.
That high point of the motorway and stuff. And yeah, it's just for the whole way home as well. It didn't give in, did it?
Oh, no. I got out to fill the car up with some fuel. And when I got to the fuel station just outside Kirby Lonsdale, I'd stepped out onto the forecourt and it came, the rain was there was that much coming through. It was a river coming through the petrol station and it was up to my ankles and my feet were just piss wet through and it was horrific then for the rest of the journey home.
Look,
awful.
I pulled in, didn't I? And you were in the car park. Flashing lights again. And it was it had been gone half an hour. But yeah, I thought I need a coffee. But in the time it took me to literally run in, grab coffee and run out, I absolutely soaked the car through because of the waterproofs afterwards. It's like good waterproofs, I'll give Asics that. But yeah, because it was just all set on top. I sat back
just
and
ran off into the car. Yeah,
I took the jacket off and it was for the next hour and a half I was soaking wet in the car. Yeah.
Oh jeez. Yeah. No, horrific conditions. And then at least I then got a little bit of sunshine because the next day I flew out to Gran Canaria.
Yeah, bloody Judith Tarmer's here.
I know, I had quite a fruity week last week, didn't I? No office days. Well, actually, no, I did drive to the office after Edinburgh to unload the van, but then came straight back home, packed my suitcase, and I was off to Gran Canaria with Mizuno to launch these tasty little numbers. I'm going to show you the shoe, Gary.
The Zebra 5000.
What do you think to that? For those that are watching the YouTube, we have got the latest Mizuno trail shoe. I should say it's the first super shoe that Mizuno have ever released for the trails as well, and it's called the Neo Acera.
Is that Vibram on the bottom?
Vibram sole, yeah, Vibram outsole, and then it's got this really, really cushioned midsole, quite a thick midsole, max cushioning, like nitrogen infused, and then it's got a carbon plate in it, and it's got
they
this
look like
breathable
something
upper.
my 8-year-old lad would wear.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Like, you know, when they're hiding those cars, you know, when the cars are driving around
Yeah.
and they don't want to tell what it is. That's what they look like.
they're pretty out there, aren't they?
Let's have a look.
I like them. I must admit, but I'm quite flamboyant. My dress sense is not the best anyway, is it?
It goes into that. I mean, I imagine that's what it's for. It goes into that kind of category of looks good in Gran Canaria.
Yeah, you'd get beaten up
Or
if you wore them around here, wouldn't you? Yeah. You're not going to wear them in Keighley on a Friday night, are you?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. I like Mizuno, though, as a brand.
Do you know
So
what?
I'm glad they've come into... I don't know if they've just come into trail running, but I'm not that aware of them in trail running. But I used to wear them a lot, yeah.
No, they have had a few trail shoes. I mean, for the last few years, they've got the Ibuki, they've got the Sean Dyche, I call it, Dyche.
Yeah.
But they're not...
Hey, he's in the lineup for the Spurs manager.
Is he? Oh, I hope he gets it. Mind you, he survives that guy, doesn't he? So you might do all right. But no, they have got a trail offering, but this is, I'll be honest, the first one where they've really made a splash.
Yeah.
And actually, it's a good shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for what it does as well. I have to say, I'm not going to be that person that says, "Oh, buy this, buy that," because it's new and I want to sell a load at sports shoes. But it's good for what it does, and that is for long to ultra distance trail runs on hard packed trails. You're talking 3.5 mil lug on the bottom, so it's not the most aggressive outsole. So it's not something that you're going to wear on the fells around here, and because it's quite a high stack, you also are not going to wear it on soft and muddy ground.
Quite a lot of those in that kind of category now, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. That is your
more.
top end ultra race shoe, isn't it? Feel like think of UTMB and those long distance trails, because you're not going to be cornering at 100 mile an hour, so you're not going to need to be low profile, and you're not going to need 7 or 8 mil lug. For what it's designed for, it's perfect for like dry conditions, I would say, primarily. Although saying that, it did rain a bit in Gran Canaria, and it did like wick really well, like the water's in and out, so it's not holding any moisture in there. Once water gets in, it drains really well. So yeah, that's what it's for. I think I put it in the same bracket as like Vective Summit Pro or Tecton X3 or Meta Fuji, those high-end trail shoes for distance. But no, nice, mate.
What's that cost?
165 quid, which actually, compared to the others, is competitive, really. It's probably the most affordable trail running super shoe.
Yeah. Did you say carbon plate?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It's really good. I wore it yesterday in the quarry when I ran the dogs, because around here, it's probably the best place for it to be run on.
On the road.
Yeah, on the road. Do you know what, jokes aside, like these types of shoes are actually quite good on the road, because I guess essentially they are super shoes, aren't they, for the road, but have just been adapted for trail running. So it's a wide base, obviously, to counteract that instability with the high stack. But yeah, it looks cool. I've had a lot of messages about it. Did a little bit of content. I think with something like this, you don't need to do too much. You just need to show what it looks like and give a little bit of detail about the shoe, because I think this kind of shoe sells itself in terms of look.
Is there a matching outfit for it?
I said to Mizuno, you need to do a matching outfit.
You can't just release the shoe.
No, you can't, can you? It's too wild, isn't it, without it?
That's what North Face do well.
Yeah, those,
they
call them silhouettes, don't they, where you've got the full outfit head to toe.
Yeah, whether you like the styles or not, they do it's full kit.
Yeah,
it's
so
a full look.
For UTMB every year, they've always got the full look.
Like that floral stuff with North Face, I think it looks good on people if it's all together.
Yeah.
It looks a bit random in bits, which is good for North Face. But
and I think like with something like this, I genuinely had this conversation with Mizuno last week, and I used the North Faces as an example, because
I'd actually prefer to wear them if they had matching shorts and...
Because I think you could have shorts in that crazy zebra pattern, but then you could have like a plain black t-shirt, and then you could even have like a race pack in that crazy colour as well, and like balance out a little bit, so you're not like every single part of you is not in that pattern, but different aspects of what you're wearing is.
You don't want to look like a QR code.
But it is a great idea, and I think it's one that the North Face do really well. Like they had Flora Alpina, as you mentioned, last year for UTMB. They had IKB Blue, which is that full blue and paint drip outfit the year before.
What they got this year, have you seen it?
I think it's what we wore for Transgran Canaria, I think. So it's like, in fact, it doesn't look as striking in terms of like no crazy patterns, but the colourway really stands
like
out.
Orange.
Yeah, like orange shorts and then like a cream coloured top. That looks good, mate. Really nice. That's what I think it is this year. But I think more brands need to do that, and I think Mizuno are missing a trick by not doing it because I've not seen anything that apparel wise that supports that shoe.
Yeah. It's a little bit like we touched on the other week, maybe, when those will have been designed years ago. Well, a couple of years ago, probably, I assume. And it's just getting those timings right with the whole thing, because it is still a bit new, I guess. Yeah.
It was interesting because they obviously presented this last week. That was the whole reason for going out. So they brought all the retailers there, not all of them, but select retailers, athletes, ambassadors, influencers, and they were presenting this and talking about like where the shoe would come from. And I mean, this colourway is the same as the original Wave Rebellion Pro, which was the first super shoe for the road. So it looks just like the sister shoe to that. But they were talking about, how it was designed and the technology. But then we asked the guy who designed it, like, when's he working on the next version? And he's already been working on the next version for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, of course.
So he's working in the future all the time. So I guess we can expect to see the second version of this coming out like probably next season. And he'll already be working on the 3 now, which is crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? We don't ever see it in the now, but these things are planned and researched and developed way in advance. Good trip though, mate. And not too hectic either, because sometimes you go on these trips and there's either too much going on or the activities don't lend themselves to the product that's being launched. Whereas we got to have a nice bit of a break in between just to, because there's a lot going on, a lot to take in. So you could just have a bit of downtime, catch up on a few emails. And then we went out on a decent run on the days mixed up. On the Thursday, we went out on a really long run, did like 25K with almost 1,000 meters of climb. You can really test it. It gives you a really good opportunity to test it. And I think Mizuno did a great job with the content. You're just starting to see it now filtering out.
I've only been on a couple of those, but it's best when they just let you run in it, really, and then group together a couple of times and stuff like that. And people that want to know how it's come about they'll ask, won't they? And stuff.
Without a doubt. I mean, we went on that ASICS trip together, didn't we, a few years ago?
Yeah.
That Corsica one. That's brilliant.
Probably the best brand like showcase I've been to, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it was really good.
Don't get me wrong, ASICS have got the budget as well. But it wasn't, I mean, I wasn't there in the same capacity as you, but like for someone that's interested in shoes that are coming out and the technology and everything, what I like about it is they have the experts there. You can ask them. There isn't a question that they won't be able to give you an answer to. It's not just a sales pitch kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know that's more how it's all gone, to be honest, from what I've seen as well. Or they're more aware of like, let's just get some good content around it. But like yourself, you're into it all, aren't you? So you want to know more about the shoe. And like you say, you've been speaking to the person that's actually designing it and future ones. Yeah. And that definitely helps because you're the people that are selling it. Really.
Exactly. We have to understand it. I mean,
you can't just. I know people. You can't just. And I might do myself out of some shoes here, but I just don't think it's a good idea to just keep sending out shoes to people, and they throw it up on a reel or something, and it's like, all right, okay. It's much better getting to the people who are actually pushing it out there and educating that way. Yeah, it's true. Well, I mean, jokes aside, like I almost have to test all the big shoes because I've got to cross compare. I've got to know what's in that category. Yeah. And then because people ask me every single day, like, what trail shoe should I buy? And then I'll answer that with about 10 questions myself saying like, what's your race for? What distance are you doing? What are your feet like? What do you want most in a shoe? And then I can cross compare and I can usually find the right shoe for the right people because I know what the ranges are, I know which category they fall into. And it is having all that information to hand and being able to access it. So yeah, last week, the guy who designed the shoe was there. The people that had researched and tested it were there. The colorist was there. And, the marketing team's there as well. So you can speak to everybody.
I mean, the colorist didn't have much of a job, did he, Ben?
I don't know. It's a pretty wild design, that, isn't it?
It's only two colours.
No, the design, the colour.
Like you say, I'd like that because on the face of it, you might think bloody hell, but actually, I'd like that with just dark on top.
Yeah,
it'd be all right then. Yeah.
Or maybe like you said, just the shorts or a tee. So like one of those is black, and then I mean, it looks great on camera. To be fair,
even though it's white, a lot of that'll still look all right once it's battered.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not like a complete out there colour, is it?
No, that's true. Is that? Yeah,
it's just the design. Yeah,
I think it's quite nice when brands go a little bit different. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the Asics have got the Noosa Tri, and that shoe's like wild. It's always like crazy colours,
multicolour.
Yeah, they're a little bit like your pattern of your Man U top kind of thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
but I like them when they do something a bit different. The thing is, they'll probably release. Well, I know they will release this in another colour, which I think is red. That's coming out. And if I were Mizuno, I'd be leaning into this style for so many more things now, because I think they could really own that pattern. I think it's great.
They've got a pair of golf shoes like that.
Yeah. Full outfit.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Nice. They're good trips, those. It was a good experience, some great people on the trip as well. And yeah, fair play to Mizuno. Like, it's nice to see them have a bit of a moment, because I feel like they don't always get the respect they deserve. They make some great shoes, especially on the road as well. And what I found out a few years ago actually is that if you go to Japan, Mizuno are massive, obviously, but they make everything. Like they'd make that table or those cups or probably even this sofa. Like the amount of things they make as a company in Japan is off the scale. Like I know we know them for golf and for, I guess, like table tennis and running, but yeah, they make absolutely everything over there. But no, it's good, mate. It's
when we're going to Japan then?
Yeah, that's the next one, isn't it? I think we need to go and do a podcast there, don't we? In the heart of Mizuno, yeah.
With all that powder.
Yes.
Oh, can we go at skiing times, please?
Yeah,
I'd love to ski that powder.
Let's do
in
it.
Japan.
Yeah. I mean, let's start pitching.
That is on my bucket list.
I would love to go to Japan, to be fair. But no. Anything else you've been up to, Gary, last week while I've been prancing around?
I say, the disappointment of Wales not getting to the World Cup. I honestly thought we had a chance. I mean, I know we had a chance, but I thought we'd definitely get through Bosnia. But I won't go too much into the football. And then kids at the weekend was coming to the end of their season, but we went to a cup final on Sunday. It's Winter's friends in the older age group.
Yeah.
They're a high-level girls team. They're playing upper year. They got into a cup final. We went to watch, and they battered this team and lost 1-0. So that's football. Yeah. It was interesting because I did a video and everything, so branched out into football content creation.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that a new angle now? Yeah.
Yeah, an unpaid angle, but but yeah, I thought I may as well put some of these skills to good use, and I haven't finished it yet, but it's come out nice for them. Apart from obviously they were crying at the end, so it wasn't what we wanted. But I'll leave the sad bits out. But it's honestly it's so competitive. They're under 11s playing in under 12s, and there was probably 150 people there watching stuff at this cup final. Really,
wow.
Really, yeah, and it was wind, rain. Really good cup final. But yeah, that's me, football again. Yeah, and then got this new top, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, mate. That is very, very nice. Yeah, for a Man U top.
Yeah. Well, yeah. For a good like that. Yeah.
I was orienteering yesterday as well. Came back.
I saw that. I thought what you put on Instagram was your last bar bill.
That
old and weathered.
Stitching my receipts together, yeah. Oh, mate, I'm not joking. It was horrific weather yesterday. And I'd also volunteered to collect some of the checkpoints in at the end as well. So not only did I get battered by the weather orienteering, I had to wait an hour. I had to get warm in that time and then go back out again and right to the top of the course and collect everything. And it was blowing a gale, mate. Absolutely horrendous.
You gonna do any fell running this year, or are you just orienteering?
Do you know what? I'm going to do a bit, but I think I'm mostly going to orienteer. Yeah. In fact, I've just been promoted to the next level of course because I've been running reds. It's a bit like we've talked before on the episode with Kay. If you think of skiing and levels of difficulty, and cause it's called TD. Is a rating, technical difficulty, and red is a decent level. I think it's 2 or 3. I can't remember exactly, but it's a challenge, but it's not too complex. But it's quite runnable. So if you're a fell runner and you want a little bit of navigational challenge, that's the one. And I like it because you can do a lot of running. Whereas the next step up, I'm going into light greens next. That's what I've been told by big boss man at my club. Right, you need to stop taking the piss at Red now, because I've been doing all right at the Reds. He's like, get in the next category. So I'm moving up, but the courses are short, a bit more intense. So I'm gonna have to do a bit more thinking. But I did all right yesterday, mate. I was quite happy. Yeah,
Good.
that was good. Didn't get horrendously lost. Made it back. Found the tell you what, I always get nervous when I'm like helping out with the events, because when I'm collecting the checkpoints and I'm worried that I actually can't find where the checkpoints are. And I was out there for quite a while yesterday, so I made it back.
That's a good point, actually. It's not like you're flagging a trail race or something.
No, and because there's different like courses going on, like a lot of the checkpoints that I collected in yesterday and a lot of the controls weren't actually on my course, so I was finding them for the first time, and I must admit I missed a couple, and I had to circle back round. Took me quite a while. I was definitely the last one back, so it was a bit of a challenge, but mate, loving it. I'm like a little crack addict, aren't I, with the orienteering races.
Yeah, happy days.
Yeah, not all good. Right, okay, I think we should park it for there, Gary. Good live catch up.
Good catch up.
Good catch up on recent events, because when this goes out, it'll be all these things will be relatively fresh still. We're still in the same year. We're still in the same month that all this has happened with, like Ourea, for example. So it'll be fairly current, I would expect.
Haven't I got to edit this up tonight to go out tomorrow?
Yeah, is that all right? Sorry, mate. I'll sort the copy and I'll sort the thumbnail, I promise. I'll do that tonight, so we can hopefully get it out tomorrow. But without further ado, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.